Hey guys, good morning wherever you are, or good afternoon wherever you are. And I just wanted to share with you some information that I've been able to gather so far. I know that some of you have done your BA math test, you've done your BA check-in test, and you are on the you are on the PA section, and some of you have even done that already. But the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is if you haven't made it through maybe the math test or even the SJT or the check-in test, I do not want you to be discouraged, all right? But here's something that I really want to point out to you. These programs require that you prepare well in advance for them. And I know that some of you found my channel literally when BA opened up. And unfortunately, if that is the time you're now trying to prepare for it, it's too late. Now, some of you may have still been able to ace the math or ace the check-in, but know that it does take a lot of practice. And by the way, the first phase of this whole assessment, we're taking those math and checking the check-in, are usually just there to eliminate a lot of people, right? And I can always say, not just to eliminate people, but to make sure that you have the necessary skills or the competencies, right? That's why they go through your CV, they go through making sure that you know how to work with numbers, and then you do the check-in to make sure you can pay attention to detail. Those things are there to verify those competencies. But then as you move up to the PA stage, you're checking your professionalism, your communication skills, how you deliver, how coherent you are, how effective you are in passing on information in a concise way. And then you then move on to the interviews where they actually then asking you questions to really verify, because that's where they verify those competencies that you say you have. And it does take practice. Now, if you found my channel in recent, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I would want to say that, you probably would have applied to BA and you'd be surprised by maybe the math or the check-in, and you wonder like, why do you need to do all this? Or you might have been discouraged by the outcome of the assessment. And I don't want you to be, because at the end of the day, this is a fully sponsored program. So it is very essential for them to make it as competitive or as difficult as they can make it, while also not overwhelming themselves. Let's put it that way, right? So my important information is this: if you haven't applied, you probably should have applied if you're going to apply. But if you've applied and you haven't made it through the math test or the check-in test, please do not be discouraged. Know that it is part of the process. But one thing I would then urge you to do is begin to prepare for the next opportunity. They already said that on the page that they're preparing for. If you want to start preparing for the next one next year, you can start doing that. And that's what I also want you to do. You don't want to prepare for these opportunities a week prior to it opening. You want to slowly get yourself in the groove of how to prepare for those different assessments that you would do. All right. By the way, I'm getting ready to depart on a flight, and I thought I should share this information with you because I wouldn't be available to make this video later on. It's just 2 flights. I got I call it my information sheet that I make. I've already started this since yesterday, but now I just need to put in some of the numbers that change based on when the flight is planned. And usually this information is provided to us by the dispatcher, all right? And we get it on our iPads, and now it's quite long where you go through a lot of information about the flight. And with this information, I'm able to put down some key numbers that I would need or reference while on flight without having to pull up the iPad and having to scroll. Even though that's very convenient, at the same time, it's just always nice to be able to look down on the yoke, because I put this on the yoke, and I can see the numbers I need. Back to BA. It is very important that you prepare well in advance so that you don't waste this opportunity. You only have 3 opportunities, and if you do not make it through by the 3rd time, that's it, all right? And I know that some of you applied last year, didn't get through, and you applied again this year, and I hope that you get through. But if you haven't made it through those stages, then it means that you have a lot of work to do. Honestly, it does help to prepare. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that some of you would say you prepared, you did well on the check-in test, but trust me, if you did well in check-in test, you would have made it through. It is simple as that. The check-in test is quite tricky, and that's why it's called a check-in test. Everything would look similar to you, to what you to the right, it would look similar to being the right answer, right? That's what I mean. So but they're just there to trick you, unfortunately. Now, know that some people went through this BA program last year, got to the final stage, had high scores, and still didn't make it through, still didn't get through. So I want you to know that it's, you have a very high number of qualified people that are going through this process as you are. So you need to be on your A game, and you need to do the work. You need to do the work. A lot of you that have reached out to me last year that got through and got selected, you guys have reached out to me to let me know how valuable everything I've shared was for you, last year. And I'm doing it again this year, and I hope that you guys would get through successfully. But if you do not get through, do not get discouraged. At the end of the day, it's a program that is there for, to help people, right? And if you're not selected, do not get discouraged. Do not feel like maybe being a pilot is not for you. All right, if you have the ability to sponsor yourself, take that opportunity. If you do not have the ability to sponsor yourself, then know that you prepare better next time. It's as simple as that. Just wanted to share that information with you guys. I'll see you next time. And I think I need to fix my tie. I don't know if it's looking weird, but I'll see you next time.